Hi guys, it is Claire from The Holistic Lady, and hello. So I am introducing myself. This is my first face-to-face video with you, and just wanted to tell you all about me, why I'm the Holistic Lady, and just about my past and how I got here. And if you have watched the few videos I've posted, you'll probably have heard me speak, obviously, because I would be making some beautiful recipes. Hopefully you'll think so too. I do anyway. And you'll see, or hear rather, that my voice is rather weird. I'm a cross between The Godfather and Johnny Vegas. That's the way I think anyway, or my family certainly does. But there's a reason for that, and I'll explain all of that to you in this video. So basically, I'm a holistic therapist from Killarney, County Kerry in Ireland. And I've been interested in holistic therapy since I was very, very young. Bought my first book on aromatherapy when I was 12. Smelt lavender essential oils. I remember inside in the local shop across the road that sold them, and I was just absolutely obsessed. That was it. Just couldn't believe it, how amazing they all were. And she had so many. Of course, I don't even think I could afford the lavender that time, but I saved anyway and got it after a few weeks, and eventually started buying, over time, one or two every few months, you know what I mean? And yeah, and the thing was, I always had insomnia since, when I say always, obviously when I was very young, I slept quite well, I suppose, but I noticed it once I became a teenager, that my sleeping patterns changed straight away. And then when I was about 12, my grandmother said to my mother, Claire she seems a bit off lately. And Mom was just like, oh no, she's fine. And she said, no, she's in a haze. There's something. She kind of drifts off. And it's like as if she goes off somewhere, but then she just comes back, just like that. And from that moment on, Mom started noticing it then, when someone had pointed it out to her. So she took me to the doctor after a while, and then the doctor set up an appointment in Cork where I went to with a neurologist. And they discovered that I had, at the time they pronounced it as petit mal, which is like daydreams, where you just drift off for like 30 seconds and then come back, and it's like as if you'd been in a dream, and then come back and it's just like, what were you talking about? That kind of way. And but it was a form of epilepsy, and they just put me on a medication. Okay, take the medication once in the morning, once at night, and it should be fine. Hopefully it won't develop into full-blown epilepsy, which is seizures, which is grand mal. The French call it grand mal, which is the seizures, and everything will be fine. Sometimes they even said you grow out of it when you're a teenager. It might just be because she's becoming, a woman, she's 12 at this stage, hormones, all that. Could be just symptomatic of that. Okay, fine. Unfortunately, then what happened was I was taking the medication. They obviously had a severe effect on my body. It made the sleeping even worse. It made me sleep all day, not at all at night. And I put on, excuse my voice now, this is it. I put on a severe amount of weight. The daydreams were constant, like we're talking literally every 10 minutes, I would say. They were constant. But it was just a part of life. There was no injuries, there was no seizures, there was nothing. It was just in and out. That was it. All my friends knew about it. They had no problem with it. They knew that I'd be fine. Just snap me out of it. I was fine. All my family understood it. It was grand. It was just a way of life. Take the tablets. Unfortunately, then, that was in 92 when I was diagnosed. It was a part of life. Unfortunately, by 95, my mother had passed away from colon cancer. obviously my mother was my main person in my life. She was my mother. She was the one that would come in the morning and make sure I'd taken the tablet in the morning, taken it at night, etc. And for me, after that, when she was gone, she died of colon cancer, and obviously I didn't really understand what type of cancer it was or anything like that, but it to be honest, I don't even know. I remember I'd take the tablet in the morning, but I'd often forget at night, and then sometimes I might just take two at night, or I might just forget in the morning. And there was no, your mother isn't there to make sure you take it in the morning. She would literally give it to me in the morning. Make sure. Have you taken it at night? Are you sure? Etc. That wasn't happening anymore. So yeah. So of course, they changed the tablet then to Epilem, which just was totally and utterly didn't agree with me. And basically all I did then from then on was sleep all day. And I started having seizures in my late teens, just one a year or so, nothing major. And in my 20s, it might go to maybe 2 seizures a year. They had given me an EEG, all of that stuff. I had full-blown epilepsy at that stage. And that was fine. And, my family would take me to Cork and to my doctor and my neurologist, and they were all brilliant at it. And, it was just, I had to deal with it, whatever. But my doctor in Cork tried every single tablet that he could think of to try and, because actually the seizures, what they thought was, as you get older, the seizures might actually lessen. But for me, as I got older, I'm now in my 40s, the seizures started getting more regular. I mean, I'm talking like I was having in my 20s, one a year, maybe 2 a year. Then I started having them in my 40s. I was having 1 a week, definitely the week of my period, I would have maybe 2 to 4 a week, if not, 5 is the most I had on a period week. But that it would go like that. I would never go through a month without one. And it just got ridiculous, basically. And I've had so many injuries. Going across the road, nearly getting knocked down, broke my nose, dislocated my shoulder from another one. Had one then when I was, of course, up late at night because I wasn't sleeping. So went downstairs and had made myself a cup of tea, which I don't take milk in, so it was basically tea, water, boiling water. And was sitting on the bed in my little shorts, and I had a seizure with the boiling water all over my inner thighs. So I had to get full-blown, God, I can't think of the word. My memories really got bad from it now. I had to get skin grafts because they were full-blown, they were really like the worst kind of burns you can have. And I've just had so many injuries, like I nearly drowned in a bath another time. So anyway, basically, actually, it was funny. My aunt was up here a while back, Mary, and she said there recently, and I thought of it afterwards. She actually said, "It's a miracle you're actually alive." And at the time, and I remember Chillian, my cousin, said, "Mom," and I went in and I was making tea, and I said afterwards to myself, I was thinking, you know what? She's dead right, but you know why I am alive? Because my mother is, and my grandmother now who has passed, are obviously watching me and keeping an eye on me. That's the only reason, because, the amount of accidents I've been through is chronic. And it's an absolute miracle. Like, that I swear to God, I don't think, like, if a normal person that has had that many accidents would still be alive, like, seriously. I don't know, maybe I'm just lucky to have so many accidents and not be dead. Okay, I'm acting mental now, but you get my drift. Like, I have to laugh at it, like, it kind of gets to that point. Well, at the times, obviously I didn't, be hysterical crying, and I have been in bouts of depression and whatnot, but today I'm having a kind of a nice all day. But anyway, so it got to the point where my doctor said, okay, Claire, it's time, I think, to try the VNS, which is basically, it's a device, and they insert it just here, where you put a pacemaker. It's just there, and it's really small and light, and it's a kind of a it's kind of like for therapy, whatever, but it's like a drug resistant kind of form of for epilepsy. It's like a generator, and it has 3 modes in it, and they're like I don't know, kind of think as if you're winding up with, say, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so we'd say mode 1 would be the normal mode, and then you'd have a magnet mode, and I don't know, there's 3 modes anyway, and a respond mode. So when they the surgery, basically, I'll actually show you. See there? That's where they cut in and they put it in there. It's only about, let's say, like the device was only about that size, and it just went in there. But what they did then was they put that in, and then they put a wire, and then they had a slit just here, if you can see that, which is right next to the voice box. And that's why my voice changes, you see, because once at the very beginning when it went in, which was last November, it went in, and then once every 5 minutes, so for 60 seconds every 5 minutes, it would go off, and it would like charge, and it was like, it would kind of give your brain like, I don't know, what do they call it? It kind of, it basically, it stops the seizure before it starts, or it, if you do have a seizure, it'll go off straight away in the middle of the seizure, so that it'll basically make the seizure less severe, and that's basically what it does. So it can decrease the amount of seizures you have. It can eventually, you might be able to come down on a lot of your medications, but that could be after a few years, and that kind of thing. So it says here, I'm just reading off the leaflet that it has, because you can't remember all of this stuff. So it says 8 in 10 people living with seizures experience a rapid increase in heart rate before or during a seizure. I don't, you see. That's called an aura, and I don't get that aura at all, unfortunately. So this can detect the increase and responds by delivering an automatic stimulation, and it can shorten or terminate the seizure and make it less severe or have no effect. So that's basically what it does. And I do feel like kind of, obviously my voice changes if I'm talking while it goes off. My voice changes, so that's how I know, it's going off right now, because my voice has changed. So basically, there's 3 changes. At first, the first change when it went off was a couple of weeks after it was inserted, and that was only a very light change, so my voice barely noticed it. And then a few weeks later again, it went up a higher note, and then so my voice went a little deeper, and then the real kind of Johnny Vegas Godfather kind of one, that went at the end of January, the 31st, I think, of January was the last one. And so that was the kind of the one it really went off on. And they put it at that, and now I'll be back up to see them in the hospital they said around April, the end of April, maybe May, and they'll see which one works best for me, because they'll have it all on the computer above. So that's basically it. So since they've inserted it, which was, it's now beginning of April, so we've had about 4.5 months of it, I suppose. less maybe. I suppose I've had them in bulk more than anything. I've went through basically January. I lost someone very close to me, and I was basically in a depression for January. So my partner passed away, and I just was on sedatives and stuff like that because I couldn't deal with the grief. But so once I came out of that kind of, was able to get up and finally out of bed by February, then it kind of came back on me. So in February then I would say, not that I was having them weekly, but like we'd say for my period week, which I knew I would have one on my period week, I had 5. Do you know what I mean? So it kind of came in bulk. Then in March I had 2 on my period week, but just 2. And now we're into April. So I'm hoping maybe they're coming down a bit now again. Now, I was on the phone to the nurse in Cork, and she said it could take 6 months up to a year. Even some have taken nearly 2 years for it to really get in a constant mode, for it to really settle for you. You know what I mean? So I'm fine with that. Like, that's okay, If it works, it works. It might just take longer. For me, it might take less. It's just only been a few months, so that's okay with me. I really don't mind that. But I just wanted to tell you about the VNS. It's part of my life. It's why my voice is like this. I have no problem with my voice being like this. It's a symptom of it. And if it can help with my epilepsy, then I would really appreciate it. And since medication was not working, then this would be a great help. And I really don't, voice is a voice, you know what I mean, like that. Who cares about that? But the Holistic Lady then, that's my channel. I hope you enjoy it. I'm at the moment I am doing a diploma in for Formula Botanica, and I'm doing my diploma in organic skincare formulation, and I'm trying all different recipes. I will eventually have my own skincare brand. I have at the moment, as you can see above there, I have my own candles, my own pillow mists, my own soaps behind me, wax melts. You can't see, I'll show you actually. These are my, if you can see that, that's my peppermint body butter. This one is lavender. You can see that. We have a few all different ones here. And I have, this is a scrub, sugar scrub, watermelon. And, I'll just try and reach, sorry. Cucumber and apple. I do love a good scrub. Nothing better than a scrub if you want to keep your clean, my skin fresh, clean, and just I've always had I've always been really I love like skin products. I'm just addicted to skin products, and that's the thing. My mother, she was not into makeup. I mean, like literally she like put she put lip balm on her lips, cocoa butter on her face, and Gucci number 3, that was her perfume. That was it. That was all she ever wore. She had the most beautiful skin ever, I swear to God. But I like followed in her kind of way of thinking, which was you don't need a ton of stuff, if you know what I mean. And for me, even though I love makeup and have a ton of it, makeup for me is a weekend thing. Now that's just me. I just love wearing it at makeup. I'm talking weird today, I'm sorry. I love makeup for weekends. I do. I love it for going out. It's a luxury, for dressing up, for going for dinners, for going into town and having a drink. That's what I love makeup for. It's not for me anyway. It's not for getting up in the morning, just putting it on because you're just getting up in the morning. Yeah, no, I'm not, that's not, yeah. No, I don't do that. I do my skincare in the morning. That's what I do. and at night definitely, but not makeup. No, I'd feel I don't know. I'd feel in. I don't know what it'd be just weird for me. It's just routine, isn't it? It's just for what you enjoy on your skin. So anyway, but with skincare products at the moment, I'm making a whole bulk of them for my course, because we have to make, we have to go through all the different ones. And then at the end, I'll choose which ones I want for my brand, and we'll see. So I hope you'll go through that process with me, as in watching what I make and see what you like, and any things that you prefer to see on the market, anything you would like yourself, or ingredients you think I should use. Comment, subscribe, follow, whatever you're on. If you're on YouTube or you're on, come on to Instagram. I'm on Salzy Soaps on that. I'm on Facebook. So follow me on the journey. But anyway, the reason I'm called a holistic therapist is after all of that, anyway, I became a holistic therapist. I'm a masseuse, an aromatherapist, reflexologist. And, after years of that journey, I just had to go down that route, you know what I mean? And to get some good night's sleep. And so I wouldn't go a night without a pillow mist or a lavender candle burning by my bed, or and so that's why I make candles as well, is because I was here as a masseuse. I was here one day actually, and I had bought a cheap candle, and all of a sudden the ceiling in this room, actually the ceiling was black, and I realized the bloody candle, the black toxins from the candle, it was going up, and it made an actual round patch on the ceiling black. And I was like, what is this? And I looked it up, and it was the parabens from the candle, and all the toxins, because it was just cheap wax, that I'd just gotten in a shop in town. Like, it wasn't like from a health store or anything. And then I realized the difference between all these waxes, and I looked into soy wax. And it was very hard at the time, this was a good few years ago, to get a good soy wax candle in town. And I couldn't believe it. So then I just decided, and then of course this was a couple of years before the actual COVID pandemic. And so I'd been researching it for those couple of years. And I was researching into all of these different things. And once COVID hit, then that was it. That was my time to experiment. So I started first with the candles. That was my first experimentation. So I did that, and they were a hit. And thank God. So for fairs and stuff like that in town here, the Christmas stalls and all the markets and all those kind of things, they're great. And people like them, like they know me. Like now, my brand name is Salzy Soaps and Candles, but like I'll be going on to when my skincare line comes out, it'll be Salzy Skincare and Candles. The reason I'm called Salzy is that I called my brand after, is called my brand Salzy, is because my mother used to call me Claire Salzy Loins. That was her nickname for me. I don't know where she got Claire Salzy Loins from actually, but it was always Claire Salzy Loins. And I wanted to remember her in the brand, and because she was just so natural in all her skincare and everything. And all this is a natural skincare. It's a natural ingredients. Soy wax is natural. All my everything in my products are natural. So I wanted to bring my mom along in the journey with me, even though she's up. Well, I know she's here with me anyway, but and and so I brought her with me, and so it's Salzy Skincare and Candles now. It will be in the future, and so that's kind of it. It's nice to have her with me on it anyway. I hope she's proud. And so I think that's it. So that's all about me. So my actual name, I don't know, did I say that? My actual name is Claire. And yeah, so yeah. My next video will be coming out in a few days, which will be my nighttime routine, skincare routine. So I hope you keep an eye out for that. And so I'm going to try and have a video out every week, a good video, like a face-to-face. I mean, I know I have my making products videos, but I'll try and do a proper face-to-face video, a chat. We'll have a good chat, you know, at least once a week. So anyway, love you lots, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Don't laugh too much at my voice, okay? And I'll see you soon. All right, so make sure to like and subscribe, and talk to you soon. Bye.